Hey guys, Rob Outdoors. Today's video, we're gonna see, can an air gun stretch out to 300 yards? Well, stick around and let's find out. So guys, this right here, this is my Challenger Pro. This is a PCP air rifle. It stands for pre-charged pneumatic. So very high pressure air. This is not your standard Walmart BB gun. This is a precision air rifle, okay? This is not airsoft. This is an air rifle. So it uses compressed air, does not use CO2, compressed air. And you have to have a special tank in order to fill it. You can't use a regular compressor. It has to be a high pressure compressor, because these tanks here, we're gonna fill them up to 4,500 PSI, okay? 4,500 PSI. That is a lot. A standard car tire, usually throwing them up to about 32 to 34 PSI, just to put that into perspective. What I typically shoot out of here is a 55 grain slug. It is a special hollow point slug that is cast, shooting those 55 grain slugs right at 1,000 feet per second. This gun is regulated, so every shot is going to be consistent with the last. We have an air gauge here. This is going to tell you what the regulator pressure is set to, and it does have an adjustable regulator, so if I wanted to, I could crank this baby up. And it's got an air pressure gauge here at the bottom, which tells you how much air is actually in the cylinder. Real quick, this is a 30 caliber or 7.62. It does have a adjustable stock, and I run this gun suppressed because it's pretty loud. If you're shooting unsuppressed, it's borderline ear protection, to be honest with you guys. And like I said, you know, I'm shooting these slugs. I have them tuned to 1,000 feet per second. I can shoot them faster if I wanted. I did turn the regulator up one time and did some testing. I pushed it to, right now it is at 160 bar on the regulator, and I did push it to 180 bar, and I was pushing those same 55 grain slugs at 1,450 feet per second, which is putting out, I believe, around 200 foot-pounds, if I remember correctly. And this gun has the capability that I can turn it up more, okay? I've been told that I can run this gun at 200 bar, so we could easily put out 250 foot-pounds of energy, which is perfect for small and medium game hunting, in my opinion. This is a side cocking lever rifle. It's not a bolt action, so to cock it, you're gonna pull this all the way back and then push it forward. That actually sends the slug or pellet, whatever you want to shoot out of this gun. It's going to push it into the breech, and then the gun will be hot at that point. I mean, that's pretty much the standard. It's got a 20-inch barrel on here. Like I said, adjustable stock, AR style. This does fold, but I never see a reason to fold the stock. I just leave it locked out. And as for the actual grip right here, this is a replacement that I put on, precision rifle grip. I may go back to the old stock one, I don't know yet, but I've been liking the way this is. And I've also got a UTG Recon 360 bipod on here. It's been great, it's been solid. No complaints with the bipod. As far as my scope goes, for my optics, I am running a Element Helix. This is a first focal plane scope, and it's got a very nice adjustable turrets up here. Very loud audible clicks. Excellent scope for the money. It is a first focal plane scope. If you haven't shot a first focal plane, I highly suggest you try it. But yeah, that's about it on the rifle here that I'm going to explain today. All right, so all of today's shooting is going to be from a prone position here on my shooting mat. I will be shooting off the bipod. 3 targets set up down there, and you guys, there's no way you guys are going to be able to see that, but I got 3 2-liter soda bottles, all full, and they're placed at 100-yard increments. So we got one bottle at 100 yards, we got another one at 200, and then we got another one at 300 yards. Now the farthest I've ever shot this here rifle is out to 250. So I haven't shot in a while, but I think today is the day that we're going to try to break 300. That last bottle is right at 305 yards. So we're going to see if we can make it happen. All right, so some of you guys might be wondering, you know, how do we refill the gun? How does it build its pressure back up after we shoot for a while. Well, I don't have a compressor with me. I don't bring that when I shoot, but I do have a SCBA tank. So my SCBA tank, I have it filled to 4,300 PSI, and I can get multiple fills into my gun just off this tank. And since we're gonna probably be doing a lot of shooting today, I'm just gonna tether the tank straight to the gun. So what that means is I'm gonna take the air hose that runs from the tank, and I'm just gonna run it straight into the gun, and the gun will be pretty much feeding off of this tank here. All right, guys, I'm trying to record this on my phone through the rangefinder. That's 50 yards. I'm standing a little farther back, so I'm actually using my car door as a stabilizer. So steel target was at 50 yards to do a sight-in shot, just to make sure we're good. That's 100 yards, the first 2 liter. And then the blue one is 200 yards. And then the orange one way out there is at 305, but it's picking up the background. So you guys can see that that is out to 300. And I actually had to put the 300 yard 2 liter on a white like paint bucket because of the fact that when I'm laying prone on the ground actually goes like this, and the 2 liter was sitting too low where you couldn't even see it through the scope. You can only see out to like 200 yards. So I'm gonna take a few sighter shots at 50 yards, and then from there we're just gonna start cranking them out and trying to hit them. We got a 9-mile-an-hour wind. All right, guys, so first shot here. Let's go ahead and get this going. All right, so first shot here is gonna be my sighter shot at 50. And then I'll have to plug in the wind so that way we can calculate what the trajectory is gonna be down at 200 and 300. And these right here are the slugs that I'm shooting here. I'll put a picture in for a close-up. But let's go ahead and load it. Here we go. All right, we're locked on 50 yard 0, so we should be all right. Yeah. All right, that's good. All right, so right now we're gonna go ahead and take a shot at 100 and see if we can connect. Saying that I gotta hold 2.5 MOA. To the left. All right, let's see if we can smoke this thing. All right. First shot, smoked it. 100 yards. So now let's go out to 200 yards and see what we can do. So I'm gonna plug in this information here. Let me stop the recording. Okay. Now I'm gonna put 200 yards in. So I was right. So I held 3.5 and smoked it 200 yards. First try using my own holdover based off what I'm actually seeing in the elements. Okay, so I just put in the information here and it's saying that I gotta hold 26.8 MOA over the target, and then I'm gonna have to hold to the left 10.5 MOA. So I'm gonna hold 5 MOA to the left and see if we can hit it at 300 yards. miss. But I think I hit the bucket just under it because I heard something. All right, I'll try that again. I'm telling you, if we go down there and I see holes in that bucket, I'm gonna be mad. I can hear it hitting that bucket, guys. But I know it's hitting that bucket. I can hear it down there. Hit that bucket again, I can hear it. I don't know if y'all are hearing that, but man. All right. All right, guys, that last shot was a miss. We do have a little bit more ammo left, but I don't think we're gonna hit that today. All right, so guys, we tried. I mean, what can you do? Haven't shot this gun in probably about 8 months. So I'm rusty. I know the gun can do it. I've shot 250 yards before with this gun, no problem. Shoot 100 yards. I mean, I shoot eggs at 100 yards. I mean, yeah, we gave it our best shot, but I'm curious to see if that bucket that we put the 2-liter on has any holes in it, because I can hear back there when I'm shooting, I can hear impacts. And the only thing behind that 2-liter is grass and the road. So I don't hear it skipping off the road. I'm hearing impacts, thuds. So I'm thinking that the shots were just falling short, but we're gonna go ahead and find out. So show you guys here. This is the 100-yard 2-liter, and you can see that we have a clean pass through on this here bottle. You can see that little hole right there. That's a perfect shot at 100 yards. Car's back that way, and now we're gonna go out to 200 yards and look at the 2-liter that we hit at 200. All right, this is the 2-liter at 200 yards, and it looks like we might have skimmed it. Yeah. So we grazed the neck of the bottle right there, it looks like, at 200 yards. Dump that out. And once again, there's the car down there. And now the moment of truth, because I want to see if we were hitting that bucket underneath that 2-liter down at 300. Because if we were hitting that bucket at 300, that bucket's a small bucket. It's only like a 2-gallon bucket, maybe. If we're hitting that at 300, and I think that's proof enough to show that this air rifle's capable for sure. Wind plays a big factor. We're shooting very light grain slugs, 55 grain slugs, and we're shooting them subsonic, so 1,000 feet per second. The wind is going to shift that slug around. So we just got to do the best that we can and calculate for windage and do our part and hold steady and, you know, squeeze that trigger and follow through with it. Yep, look at this. Yep, we got impacts at 200 yards. I mean 300 yards we have impacts. None on the 2-liter, but definitely on the bucket. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That 8th one actually passed through the handle here and went through. So we got 8 shots on the bucket, and they're all, I'm gonna say end to end, I'm gonna say 8-inch group at 300 yards with an air gun. We got some exits here. So you guys can see that the bucket is not that much. This is not a regular 5-gallon bucket. This is one of those tiny ones. So you can see it's not that much bigger than a 2-liter. I'll put my hand on it. I use this as a bait bucket when I go fishing. So guys, was it a success? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. 300 yards with an air gun. We'll probably do this again in the future or do other cool air gun things. But definitely leave some feedback in the comments. I'd love to hear it and see what you guys think about these particular air rifles. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video.